What's going on, guys, and welcome to another crypto market breakdown. In this video, I'll go over the top 5 coins as well as my opinion on the entire space and where I see things going in the next couple of days. Now, we'll start with crypto slate. We'll take a look at the total market cap. It's sitting at $2.35 trillion. Bitcoin dominance rests at 45.5%. In my last video, it was at 46%. So what does that tell us? Alts continue to pump. We see Ethereum has broken $400 billion and is up 27% in the last 7 days. Also want to point out Ripple and Doge are kind of flipping back and forth with each other. So the entire space right now is cooling off a bit. We even see coins like Bitcoin Cash and Ethereum Classic pumping at very fast rates, 367% in Ethereum Classic and 65% in Bitcoin Cash. Now, you have to be careful investing in these projects. You might be making a lot, but you also could lose a lot. So be very careful in altcoins that you purchase and only put up what you're willing to lose. Now, I want to take a look at the dominance, and we just take a look at the space. I pointed out in the last video, 38% should play a very strong area of dominance for some support. You can see that 61. These are two strong Fibonacci levels, the 61% and 38%. So you can see we broke down from there and we held from there. And sliding at about 45% right now, we see Ethereum sitting at about 17% and other is reaching 20%. Other is everything minus Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, Doge, Ripple, Tether, Cardano, Polkadot, Binance Cash, and Litecoin. So it's every other coin, and it's appreciating, sitting at a 20% of the total space. You can tell we are in alt season. Now, I also want to point out right now, $1 will get you about 1,800 Satoshis. So if you're looking to stack Satoshis, you get about 1,800 for $1. But let's dive into the charts, and we'll start with Bitcoin. We'll take a look at Bitcoin from a 4-hour on Coinbase, and you can see we are tumbling right now on this 4-hour candle. Sitting at 55.4K, Bitcoin has no levels in this chart. We zoom out to a day, and I want to point out, I did notice a crossover right here on May 9th. This means the weekend could be volatile. My guess is we could potentially be coming down. This 51.9 thousand should play very strong support in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin coming down should cool off a little bit these alts that have been running fairly hot. We'll see in a second in some of the charts, but let's move on to my Binance chart. We'll zoom in a bit to a 2-hour. We'll just take a look at some of these levels. You can see we got rejected up at this 57.9 Fibonacci. It's been playing some resistance, and we're coming back down. This 54.4 should play some good support as well in this chart. So when we go back and forth, you can see we see the 51.9, and then in this chart we see the 54.4. So we have some levels to get to before just going straight down, even 52K there. But you can see we held up relatively strong there. We got a little bit of extra selling, but we quickly snapped back. So that's in my Binance chart. And we'll move on to the Bitstamp chart. The Bitstamp chart will put us on a daily, and let's just see what we're looking at here. Notice the crossover. This just screams to me. So I really think we're going to see some big movements coming here in about a week and a half or so. Holding this line will be crucial. It's about the 1 trillion line, but we'll see what happens. Take it day by day. Right now, Bitcoin down 3.5%. Let's move on over to Ethereum. And when we take a look at Ethereum, it is up right now about 2/3% against Bitcoin. You can see these beautiful green candles. We zoom in a bit, and this is a pitchfork, and we've kind of been hugging it for the most part. You can just see, just swiveling on that line. Some major resistance in Ethereum will play 0.6488. Call it 0.65, 6.5 million Satoshis. Well, at least should give Ethereum some stress. When we zoom out a bit more, there's also a Fibonacci at about 7.1 million Satoshis. So my guess is we kind of hang out around this level. You can see we broke and quickly came right back up. We'll zoom in a little bit on that. But other than that, Ethereum is really high right now, and it's all going to come down to what Bitcoin wants to do. If Bitcoin wants to come down to $2,000, $3,000, a lot of the space will follow, which you can see a lot of red on my screen. So keep your eyes on this level in Ethereum. It's about, call it 0.6. It's kind of the pivot line here. And this is on a positive slope, so the number slowly inches up as time progresses. But let's move on to Binance. And we take a look at my Binance Coin BNB over BTC. And it has been on a nice run. Down about 1% right now. You can see this 2.61 Fibonacci at 1.23 million Satoshi, so 0.123 should give it some resistance, but we also have a Fibonacci time series. this signals change in direction, and this is on May 18th. So we have a crossover on May 14th, and then we have a time series in an altcoin on May 18th, which means I think that middle of the May, we could potentially see alts cooling off, possibly rotating back into Bitcoin. We'll have to take it day by day, but Binance just looks a little bit gassed in my opinion. Next, we'll move on to Ripple. We take a look at Ripple, and it's putting in a double top right here. This is on a 4-hour. So how much higher will Ripple go? Well, we look at it on a daily. It has made a nice run, but it's still kind of getting nowhere. My guess is if Bitcoin rolls over, Ripple most likely will fall. However, it is up 1% right now against Bitcoin. Next, we'll move on to Doge. Doge is a popular coin, and everyone loves to look at it. Right now, sitting at 1,000 Satoshis. We got rejected at 1,114 Satoshis. So it's not going to nail it perfectly, but it is running extremely overextended. So let's take a look at this on US dollars for better clarity. And we just take a look at this. Holding a pitchfork right here is fairly strong. You can see 2 wicks right there, as well as 57 cents, 57.4. So that's a line to keep your eyes out. And we do see a crossover right there, May 9th in the morning. So Saturday Night Live skit is going to be on Saturday. This is saying for Sunday a crossover. So what could potentially happen here in Doge? We can either hug this line. If we break, we could quickly come back up. Just kind of flirt this line. But my guess is consolidation between now and Saturday. And who knows, that Saturday Night Live skit could be a dump. I think about it in Doge. Since you saw the distribution in the last video, a lot of people don't own that much. And about 100 people own 2/3 of the supply. On big hype events are great times for them to sell off their position because there's a lot of demand there to absorb the price. So that 420 Doge event and this SNL skit, keep your eyes ready because we could potentially be seeing some whales dump, which would kind of make the price go nowhere. But again, I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing get back up to 63 cents. You just got to be very careful in Doge. And next, we'll take a look at the total market cap. We'll put this on a 4-hour. And you can see we were breaking to the upside. However, we quickly retraced. We put this on a 30-minute, and we're sitting right at this Fibonacci level at $2.27 trillion. So the space is kind of cooling off a bit. My guess is we could come down to $2 trillion in tests. It's not a popular opinion, but how do we get there? Well, we get there if Bitcoin wants to come down. If Bitcoin falls, most likely the entire space is going to fall with it. Also keep in mind, these alts that have been running hot, if people do cash out, do they go to cash or do they go to Bitcoin or Ethereum? So I think Bitcoin is the safest crypto to be in, and next in line would be Ethereum. And those are 1 and 2, and they make up about 61% of the entire space. But other than that, it's just some healthy consolidation. You just can't expect this to go straight up, and cooling off from time to time is great opportunities to get new buyers into some coins. So sitting at 55.5K in Bitcoin, it's still relatively high. So how much lower would we go? Well, 54.4 and 52,000 are strong Fibonacci lines. And honestly, pulling back would be good for the space, cool off a lot of these projects that don't really have much going for them. But thank you guys so much for watching. Tomorrow I'll be doing a macro stock market breakdown, give my take on the entire market, what it's looking like going into next week, and I'll also touch on Bitcoin a bit. But if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. It means a lot when you guys can show some support. And if you're watching me for the first time, I like to do crypto market breakdowns, stock market breakdowns, and trending tickers. Show some love and hit that subscribe button. It really mean a lot if you guys can do that. But other than that, I will see you in the next one. Have a great night. Take care. Peace.